Yeah, good morning, Ali. Good morning, Jamie. Massive news, as you say, but not necessarily surprising news. In the last few moments, talkSPORT have had confirmation. Nuno Espirito Santo sacked as Tottenham Hotspur manager. We spoke to people close to the situation this morning. They said it was very much business as usual, but there was a caveat. They said things can change quickly. Things have changed quickly. Nuno Espirito Santo only appointed to take charge at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the summer after himself being relieved of his duties at Wolverhampton Wanderers, sacked again by Spurs. That defeat against Manchester United, the reaction from the supporters and from the players quite tellingly as well. All too much for Daniel Levy. We covered the story on the Sunday session and the boot room yesterday. We know that Daniel Levy was deep in consultation with his sporting director, the director of football, Fabio Paratici. They have decided to pull the trigger. Nuno has been relieved of his duties this morning. And as I say, I think the reaction from the fans and the players, from what I'm told, he wasn't a popular figure around the training ground. I'm sure Jamie has picked up on that as well.
Yeah.
I was told by one source close to the dressing room that he had a bigger ego than Jose Mourinho as far as the players were concerned, and not quite the coaching CV to back up that ego. So I think the writing was always on the wall.
Okay, Crookie, thank you very much. It might not be that much of a shock, Jamie. However, it is still absolutely massive news. First question I've got for you, my friend, is this:
don't ask me who they're going to bring in.
They've got to have somebody.
I mean,
surely they've got to have somebody lined up. Yeah?
They must have someone lined up. I don't know who that person is, but they need to have someone who's going to come in with a better style of football. That's simple as that. We've got to play attacking football. The players have not reacted well to Nuno. You can see that in the performances. You know, no shots on target. They're not playing for him. They look down and dejected. So the writing was on the wall, especially when you're playing against Manchester United at home on TV, and the fans are booing you. It was time for him to maybe move on. I feel for him.
Yep.
He's only had 10 games, so he hasn't really been able to really get a team together. So I feel for him, but there's huge expectation at Spurs. You have to come in and get results instantly, and if you don't, Levy will get rid of you.
Alex, can you tell me any official word from Tottenham?
Yep, just received that, Ali, in the last few seconds. The club can today announce that Nuno Espirito Santo and his coaching staff have been relieved of their duties. Fabio Paratici, managing director of football, said, "I know how much Nuno and his coaching staff wanted to succeed. I regret that we have had to take this decision. Nuno is a true gentleman and will always be welcome here. We should like to thank him and his coaching staff and wish them well for the future." And Tottenham end their official statement this morning by saying a further coaching update will follow in due course. But perhaps it doesn't take a genius to work out that Ryan Mason, still part of the coaching setup, having been parachuted into the position of interim manager last season, may well get that call again. And I tell you what, Ali, it's an interesting point, isn't it? Because it looked at one stage in the summer that Nuno would be going in at Crystal Palace.
Amazing.
Look how well they've done under Patrick Vieira. I think this morning Crystal Palace might be feeling quite happy with their decision.
Yeah. Alex, thanks very much, my friend. Trev, just a quick one, mate. We can't say it's a massive surprise, right? We've got to be completely upfront about that. But is he a little bit unlucky?
He's very unlucky. I mean, 5 wins, 5 losses, 10 games to be in the job. I think the players should be embarrassed by what they've given him. You've got players who've come in. Romero, he's got a lot to say to Fornals when he digs him out on the floor, when he's took a heavy challenge. But actually, the ability they've shown and the desire to win football matches for Tottenham Hotspur, I've not seen that. I think it's not just one man losing his job, and this is where I hate talking about managers getting the sack or who's favourite to get the sack. This is a group of men who've committed themselves and give that commitment to Nuno. They've all probably moved away from home, away from their families, and they've all been sacked this morning. I think that's absolutely disgraceful.
I think Trev's got his point, Jamie's. Players have got to, they must take some responsibility, surely.
Absolutely. The players should be ashamed of themselves, because at the end of the day, as a manager, you are relying on 11 other guys to go out there and put in a performance from you, and they haven't done that for him. They've not been good enough. Whether you like him or not, whether his training was good, whether he had an ego, whatever. As a player, you go out there and you give everything on the football pitch, and Spurs players haven't done that, and that is unacceptable.
Well, you heard it here first in talkSPORT. A reminder of that. Breaking news came in this morning that Nuno Espirito Santo has been sacked as Tottenham manager after just 10 Premier League games. We'll have more reaction, of course, from 10 o'clock with Jim White, Simon Jordan and former Spurs midfielder Danny Murphy.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.